Welcome to Quarter Protection Briefs. This video is about how the ability to retain the relevant information is relevant for capacity assessments. To recap, an assessment of capacity must relate to someone over 16. There should be no assumptions based on age, how someone appears or behaves. There must be some disturbance or impairment in the mind or brain. P needs to be able to understand the information relevant, retain, use or weigh it, and be able to communicate their decision in any way. So, retaining the information. What exactly needs to be retained and for quite how long is a vaguely defined area. The Mental Capacity Act, which defines all areas of the Quarter Protection's work, states that only being able to retain information for a short period does not necessarily mean someone lacks capacity. It's completely dependent on the decision. It's entirely pragmatic and related to the decision in question. It has to be long enough to make an effective decision. So if the decision is going for a walk and heavy rain is imminent, the information that heavy rain is imminent only needs to be retained for long enough to decide whether to go for a walk or not, or amend the plan. Say, decide just to take a 5-minute walk around the block, still get a bit of exercise, but avoid the rain. And if something will help someone keep the relevant information to hand, things like notes, photos, videos, they should be used as support. Something might not be at the forefront of someone's mind, but a note or photo could unlock information stored elsewhere in the brain. When I started in law, I appeared in criminal courts, and every time a police officer gave evidence, they would ask to refer to their notebook. Before being given permission, they would be asked when the note was made, whether they had already used it to refresh their memory, and whether it matched their recollection of the incident, something like that. This reflects a reality that the work of the Quarter Protection is not conducted in isolation. Engaging with memory is a continuum for everyone, whether they're a police officer to people like us who can't remember where we put our keys, phone, glasses, or park their car, and on to someone whose decisions are subject to Quarter Protection proceedings. Whenever I park in a public car park, I take a photo on my phone showing where the car is. I know I am unlikely to retain that information without it. An example. P lives in Sunderland, near to his children and grandchildren, but he wants to move to Cornwall. It's a nice place, and his brother lives there, and it would be good to be close to him. Except his brother doesn't live there anymore. His brother died in an accident 20 years ago. If P cannot retain that fact long enough to consider the decision, can he be considered to be able to make the decision? And also the fact his children and grandchildren who live nearby and visit him in Sunderland wouldn't be able to visit him in Cornwall. That's it for this video about the role of retaining information in assessments. Subscribe or look out for the next video relating to P's ability to use or weigh the relevant information.